Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of May 23, Thursday. I'm Riza Diaz. Party lists have been proclaimed with 14 groups assured of at least one seat in the lower house. As for one particular case, I'm talking about that of Ronald Cardema's bid to be the Duterte Youth Representative. Well, the Comelec has accepted this plea, but the question on his eligibility still stands on Cardema's way. Beverdera has this story.
The party lists that have garnered 2% of the total number of votes in the recent polls are guaranteed one seat in the House. The Comelec, however, has a different formula in determining the number of seats that will be allotted to parties that got more than 2% of the votes. The top 14 party lists assured of one seat in Congress are ACT CIS, Bayan Muna, Ako Bicol, Sibak, Ang Probinsyano, One Pacman, Marino, Probinsyano Ako, Senior Citizens, Magsasaka, APEC, Gabriela, Anwaray, and Co-op Natco. The Comelec has a pending resolution regarding Ronald Cardema's petition for substitution as a nominee for Duterte Youth, a winning party list. The Comelec is also aware about complaints that the party lists are no longer run by marginalized sectors. The Comelec Unbank is currently studying the issue along with the strengthening of laws against vote buying.
As far as Comelec is concerned, ang aming concern dyan is more on the registration, accreditation, and then yung pagpo-proclaim ng party list. So, doon lang yung limit namin for the party list system. Pero mayroon kaming binabalak na siguro maglalabi din kami na baka pwedeng ayusin naman ng Congress yan. Isa sa inaaral namin na pwede namin i-propose is diinan yung vote buying. Kasi yun yung sana magkaroon ng separate legislation or batas on the vote buying. And then pangalawa yung party list. Inaaral namin yung mga pwede naming i-propose on how to enhance pa yung party list system na sana babalik siya sa magiging marginalized representative.
The Comelec reminded the newly elected officials to submit the expenses they incurred during the campaign.
Isama nyo yung mga expenses ninyo para sa online campaigning, which means kasama ang information tungkol sa mga contractors, sino ang nagsalita para sa inyo online, kung meron kayong mga ginamit na mga influencers na paid. Alright? Kami naman, sa ganang amin sa Comelec, i-check din namin yung mga expenses ninyo against the standards that we know exist. No? Industry standards, we're talking about standards for how much ads cost, in what medium, and ads of what nature. Manalo, matalo, tumakbo o hindi, all of the candidates will comply. Because if they don't, well, there will be consequences.
For News 5, Beverdera, we are One News.
We now have a new set of senators, an overwhelming majority of which had the administration's backing. But in the 18th Congress, Senate President Tito Soto says the upper chamber won't be a mere rubber stamp for the president. In fact, Soto assures that the minority will again head committees. Maricel Halili with the story.
Mga bagong halal na senador ng Republika ng Pilipinas.
After Comelec Chair Sheriff Abbas read the resolution of the National Board of Canvassers, all 12 winning senators were asked to come up on stage one by one for the proclamation. First on the list was Senator Nancy Binay at number 12. Binay was with her parents, husband, and siblings except Makati Mayor Abby Binay.
Parang ako nanganak ulit. Kasi sa sobrang haba ng labor. 2019 election is more of parang heartbreaking on my part. Kasi nakakalungkot dahil ang hindi nakapasok ay yung kasama ko since 2013. Magkasama kami ni Senator JV.
Next in line was Bong Revilla at number 11, followed by Senator Coco Pimentel and Francis Tolentino. In the 8th spot was Amy Marcos, who left a message for her critics.
Lagi naman ako hit with so many issues Punching bag naman. Ayos lang. Ayos lang. Sanay na yung mga pamilya namin. Lahat ng mga basher, mga hater, yung mga galit sa amin, wag na kayong matakot sa akin kasi hindi naman ako mapaghigante.
She was followed by Lito Lapid, who still refused to talk to media. Senator Sonny Angara is at number 6, followed by Ronald De La Rosa, who challenged his bashers to take IQ test with him.
Yung mga tao na mga bitter lang yun. Hindi ako magaling mag-English, hindi ako magaling mag-Tagalog. Yan ba'y kabubuhan? Kung sino yung nagta-challenge sa akin na bubo ako, Sabay tayo mag-take ng IQ exam.
Returnee Pia Cayetano is at number 4, followed by former Special Assistant to the President Bongo at number 3. It is notable that Go was proclaimed without his family.
Hindi kasi biglaan po itong proclamation. So hindi po ako handa. Sabi ko, pupunta na lang sa nasunugan. Dumaan ako rito, tinawagan kami kagabi na mag-proclamation daw. Wala naman po dito yung pamilya ko.
Senator Grace Poe got the second spot. It is not yet clear what committee she'll be handling, but Senate Blue Ribbon remains to be an option.
Hindi kasi diba ang Blue Ribbon ng merong oversight powers pagdating sa lahat ng mga nangyayari sa gobyerno, pagdating sa paggawa ng kanilang trabaho, kung may korupsyon. So maganda sana, isang independent.
Last to be proclaimed was Cynthia Villar, who got the highest number of votes. In a photo opportunity, all winning senators posed with a signature Duterte fist bump except Poe and Binay. But even if majority of the winning candidates are allied with the president, they refuse to be called a rubber stamp.
Hindi sila masyadong kampante sa charter change, di ba? There are so many presidents who move for charter change, hindi naman nag-succeed. May takot sa change, di ba?
I'll make sure of that.
Hi, ma'am.
Hindi susunod si Bong Revilla.
Ay, mukha ba akong rubber stamp? Senador po ako. So, wala pong rubber stamp dito sa Senado.
The term of the new batch of senators will start on June 30. For News 5, Maricel Halili, we are One News.
Here are some of the day's biggest stories. Despite failing to secure a second term in the upper house, outgoing Senator Bam Aquino says he regrets nothing. That's especially since he is proud with the way his team ran the campaign. Aquino added that he is not blaming anyone for his defeat, but said it was the command vote that took him out of the winning circle. With his loss and the end of Senator Trillanes' second term, the Senate minority bloc will be down to 4 members come 18th Congress.
I feel that the command vote talagang nawalan tayo ng boto, which is diniinan talaga na dapat walang oposisyon na makakapasok. Kasi if you look at the numbers, more or less Luzon tsaka Visayas okay naman tayo eh. Sa Mindanao talaga tayo bumaba. And yung mga numero doon na naakyat na namin to 10 to 12 bago mag-election day, naging 13 to 16. Now na wala sa oposisyon na nakapasok, unfortunately, yung independence ng Senado humina.
Meanwhile, outgoing Senator J.V. Ejercito says he is happy for his colleagues who won the elections. But Ejercito laments that he won't be able to continue his work in the Senate, at least for now. Recall that Ejercito has repeatedly attributed his election defeat to his simultaneous bid with brother Jinggoy Estrada. JV says this stretched their family's resources too thin and confused the voting public. But there is another thing Ejercito regrets.
Hindi na ako nakapag-usap. Siguro, nangibabaw na yung emosyon, nangibabaw na yung pride ko noon. So, sana naiwasan kung sakaling nagkaayusan, kung halimbawa ako lang ang tumakbo, it could have saved everybody. Kaya lang, hindi naman ako ang nag-insist eh.
Newly elected Leyte Representative Martin Romualdez has confirmed his intention to become the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Romualdez has already secured permission from his party Lakas CMD. He is currently seeking the support of incumbent House Speaker Gloria Arroyo and President Duterte, despite bids of other House members from PDP Laban.
Nagpaalam ako sa partido, sa mga kongresista, ay mga kaibigan ko. And then siyempre, nagpaalam din ako sa presidente, di ba? Na itong ang hangarin ko, parang nagpapaalam lang kasi if you're going to run for the speaker, that's going to be the leader of the house. It's very important because that has a lot of bearing. Not only do the political parties look to that, the congressmen look to that. That is a very important factor because as I said earlier, on the part of the lower house, when you aspire to be the speaker, you are now representing the majority coalition of the administration. You have to be in sync with the president.
Here are the biggest stories from the dailies. Malacanang confirms that Canada had already directed a private shipping company to take the tons of garbage dumped here in 2013 back to Ottawa. Palace spokesman Salvador Panelo says President Duterte wants to fast-track the retrieval of the 69 containers of trash in the Philippines, even offering to shoulder the expenses just to get it done. Duterte reiterated his threat of dumping the garbage on Canadian shores. Palace says, however, that Canada has been working double time to ship the garbage. Cebu City Police are now questioning the attention of its Mayor Tommy Espenilla in giving to the killing of the police captain Delfin Buntuyan. Police Director Debold Sinas says it's highly suspicious how Espenilla is only reacting to the killings of policemen with alleged questionable backgrounds. Buntuyan was gunned down in Barangay Mabolo, Cebu on Tuesday. He was reassigned to Sulu back in 2016 due to alleged links to illegal drug trade. Espenilla answers back saying police are diverting the issue, which was the police's so-called harassment against Buntuyan's daughter and Eski Kagawad during the last week's elections. And who's got the most money among non-elected government officials? Well, look no further than the top guns at the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The Commission on Audit reported that 6 out of 10 officials who received the highest pay in 2018 came from the central bank. And on top was the late BSP Governor Nestor Espenilla with a total pay of 21 million pesos up from just 14 million in 2017. Meanwhile, Manilad says it should not be penalized for water interruptions caused by algal blooms in its 2 treatment plants. The water concessionaire explained that the resulting supply shortage did not reach its concession agreement. That's because the impact was limited to some areas and services were restored within the required 15 days. Maynilad added that the customers were only notified of the possibility of longer periods of interruption to manage their expectations. And despite giving a deadline of May 14, Maynilad said water supply had already returned to normal as early as May 1.
Sa pananaw po ng Maynilad, wala pong basis yung imposition of penalty dahil ito pong service interruption na nangyari sa amin ay hindi naman po nag-last ng 15 days, which is yun po yung nakasulat dun sa aming concession agreement na dapat continuously 15 days affected yung mga customers. And at the same time, napakaliit po ng customer base na naapektuhan. Nag-notice na agad po kami dun sa aming mga customers na this condition might extend until May 14 just to manage customers' expectations lang. Pero in reality po, as early as May 1, nagkaroon po ng significant improvement agad yung aming water production.
Moving on to today's weather. Don't forget to bring your umbrellas as thunderstorms are still possible, particularly in Bicol and Eastern Visayas. That's because of a frontal system affecting those regions. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the country is spared from the possible rain. Isolated rain showers and thunderstorms are also possible throughout the archipelago, especially in the evening and in the afternoons. Let's fast break now to Sports Rush. The Gilas Pilipinas 3x3 women's team beat Samoa on Wednesday, but Rivero out for the rest of the tournament as the men's team has a different story to tell. Carlo Pamintuan has the full report.
After arriving in Changsha, China late Tuesday night because of a long delay in Xiamen, the men's team started flat in their opening game against Thailand. The team led by Coach Ronnie Magsanok was not able to shoot around early that morning as the practice court was still wet by the time that they got there. Thailand hit their shots from the outside early as they slowly built their confidence. The Philippine team fought back with highlight plays from Richie Rivero and RJ Abarientos, aided by the rebounding and toughness from 3x3 newbie Barkley Abonia. However, the Thais knew how to manage their lead and the time as well as they ended up scoring a 17-14 victory. What made matters worse for the Philippines was that Rivero rolled his ankle late in that match. He iced it immediately in the hopes of playing their next game, but he could not put a lot of weight on it, prompting Coach Ronnie Magsanok to pull the plug.
Blood, sweat, tears into the game. Oh, nice fake. Shedding the defense.
Even if they were giving up a lot of size against their opponents, Barrientos led a courageous fight as his long shots drew wild cheers from the crowd.
Left hand left strong. Barrientos for 2.
The Spitfire guard scored 12 points in the match, but this still was not enough to score a victory as they lost to Qatar 21-17.
Baseline drive. Barrientos. Bang. Body bang. From the elbow. And Team Qatar wins against Team Philippines with the final score.
Reporting from Changsha, China, Carlo Pamintuan, We Are One News.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.